Hello, you're listening to Shag Married Annoyed, part of the Acast Creator Network, with me, Rosie Ramsey, and my husband, Christopher Ramsey.
Yes, with me, Chris Ramsey, and sellout Rosie Ramsey. Now, thank you so much for listening, guys. It is episode 59. As always, we love you. We hope you're okay. We hope you're all staying healthy throughout this whole craziness that's going on. And this week's sponsor is very much in keeping with what's happening in the world right now. This week's lucrative sponsor is People.
People.
Hey.
Yeah.
Remember People?
I don't really, to be honest.
Do you remember them?
People only exist on my phone screen now.
Yeah, remember the ones in real life?
I miss them.
Touch the faces and the hands and stuff. Smell them. Sometimes they didn't smell good.
I miss
People.
Yeah, I miss people.
Well, I can cuddle, at least that's annoying. People.
Don't want to cuddle from you.
Annoying, upsetting, offensive. People. Hey, look, you're putting us off. I can't even do my slogan yet. People. Hey, remember? You hated them. Remember you hated them? You're on the tube and you're on the thing and you thought, hey, God, get these people away from me. People.
Yeah.
Hey, you want them back? That's the new slogan.
Is that...
You want them back?
Oh, it's like a song.
Yes, the slogan, yes. Like, hey, people, you want them back? Yeah. But then the next bit of the slogan is, hey, you'll hate them again soon.
Do you want to
Don't
do
worry.
it again?
Yeah, you'll want them back. But soon, no, it's not a song. You want them back. But the other bit is like, you'll hate them again soon.
Hate them again soon.
So there we go. It'll be over soon. And you'll hate them again soon. You're welcome.
Looking forward to it.
People.
Nope. Talking about
No.
people.
That's not the note. Play the jingle. Play the real jingle. Don't do a song.
Here's the jingle.
We had a fight about the jingle. We couldn't settle on a jingle. So this is the jingle. We hope you like the jingle. Babadoo, 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 ba. Jingle!
Welcome back to this week's Shag Married Annoyed. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Episode 59.
Oh, 59 on the Brighton line. Toot toot.
Is that a thing?
That's the bingo call for 59. Did you not know that?
No, of course I didn't know that. I've never been to bingo in my
I
life.
used to call bingo.
Where?
At Pontins.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Hey, Pontins really did have it all, didn't they?
It was great. Honestly, it was great. Bring your own cans. Amazing.
No, I do like that bit of it.
Yeah.
Bring your own cans.
I only know a couple of the bingo calls though, so I couldn't tell you them all.
Right, good. Well, sadly we don't have time.
Ask
Thank
us
you.
another one,
No, okay. I know two little ducks. Two fat
22.
ducks. 22. Two fat ladies.
88.
Sizest.
Well, tell Pontins.
Good. What's 60?
6-0.
Blind 60?
Blind 60.
Oh, 61?
6 and 1.
Right, I don't like this game anymore.
Ask us 90.
What's 90?
Top of the shop. Blind 90.
You know, you could have just said, what's... You could have said, I'll tell you what 90 is, but you made me tee you up for it there.
Ask us 69.
Oh, what's 69?
Kneel for 2.
Oh,
69.
Pontins.
I did say that,
Oh,
I think.
no, there
Yeah.
was children there.
Yeah, they don't know.
Oh, goodness me. Guys, as I was saying, episode before Bloomin' Marjorie from the bingo came and got the mic. It's episode 59. Thank you so much for listening. Please continue to like and subscribe and rate and all that bullshit. We'll love it. We're so happy that you're enjoying it during this lockdown period. We'll be making these episodes a little bit extra long for you, and we'll hope it's helping in any way that it can be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we should all give ourselves a little pat on the back
Yeah.
for getting almost through the 3 weeks, which they're probably going to extend it to another 3 weeks.
Don't!
But
Do you think they will?
I
They're
don't
going to
know.
want that.
But look,
I don't know.
well done. It's absolutely hard as out. Whatever you're doing, congrats. You're doing well.
Yeah.
Hey, it'll be all right. Hey, people, you'll hate them again soon.
I can't wait
It was
to
in the
hate
contract.
people
It was in
again.
the contract that I had to mention.
It was not. There's no contract.
It was.
I didn't get to see this contract. This is a shared podcast. I did not
surprise.
okay the
Surprise.
people sponsor.
It's a present. Christmas present.
Oh, really? Oh, am I going to get all of the lucrative sponsor money
One
from
day.
your sponsors at Christmas?
One day.
Yeah. When you're 6 feet under. That's when I'll get it.
Wow.
And still won't then. Babadoo, 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 ba. Just quickly.
Yeah.
Last week's episode, I've had a lot of tweets about this.
Yeah.
Very angry.
Right.
You, mansplaining.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, so on the beach,
Right.
I was
Look,
singing the right song. I wasn't
Yeah, but
singing
you're
the
right.
right song.
Oh, God.
But I was singing a song.
Yeah.
And it was somewhere in me in my long-term memory.
Right, that you mean subconscious, but carry on.
So, God, that's what I actually
See,
meant.
I have to, I'm not fucking mansplaining, I just have to explain. Because it would just be you sitting, like, fucking trying to find the far end of a fart every 5
Well,
minutes.
I've realised why I don't sound as intelligent as what I used to on this podcast
Right.
when we started.
Right,
Since we started writing the book, you'd think that it would make me, like, a bit smarter,
yeah.
but I feel like I'm just using up all my words when I'm writing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so
I
you've
only
got-
have
you've got
I only
allocated
have a
amount.
certain
Yeah.
allocated amount of a day, right, of words
Great.
and intelligence. When
Great.
I write that book,
Yeah,
and for some reason we keep writing the book, doing loads of work on the book on the day of the podcast, which isn't good.
right.
So I use up all of them words, and then I come to do this, and I can't speak.
Jesus, yeah.
So that's what I come down to. But this was the song. This was the song that I meant. I'm gonna see if you can hear this. Hands up in the air, put your
Bit more
hands up
twist, like.
in the air.
I
Listen.
imagine... Yeah.
And again. Yes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We see you on the beach. We see you on the shore. You've got your little shorts on. You look like a whore. We wanna touch your legs. We wanna touch your face. Oh my god, this is fucking ace. Huh.
Stop that
Sorry.
immediately.
I'm sorry.
Immediately.
I got so carried away.
I videoed Rosie doing that, looking like fucking Perry from Kevin and Perry Go Large.
That's who I was channeling.
So
right
yeah,
there.
so that'll be on my Instagram on the day that this podcast goes out. So
Okay,
enjoy
I said
that.
the F word. My mum is getting really angry with me at the minute for
Yeah,
swearing.
she is.
To the
yeah.
point I think she stopped listening to the podcast because she just can't bear
Oh,
how
good,
much I
well,
swear.
fucking slag her off now even more. That's excellent.
well,
Good,
okay,
you
fair
can't
enough.
load a dishwasher. She hung all the washing up once, last time she was here and it was a sunny day, she hung all the bloody washing up and then just pissed off. And I was going to bed at night and I was like, there's someone in the garden. Oh no, it's 400 things that just
Oh,
washed.
she does that all the time.
You see, it's a favour that she's doing. It's a service she's providing, but she just makes us finish it off, doesn't she?
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to leave, then come back, Sandra.
No, she loves it. She loves it. She loves to just always leave and just leave you with a lovely little something.
Yeah.
She left a couple of weeks ago and she just like touched one, the pot of plants, and went, "This needs watering." It's like, right, okay,
There's a little part and passive-aggressive gift
great,
for you.
thanks, Mum. Love you too.
Yeah, so that song, I know for a fact you didn't mean that song. You just said, you literally happened to just say on the beach.
I meant on the beach. That's what on.
Right. Well, you know what?
On the
I
beach.
apologise, and you shouldn't have, you shouldn't have backed down. There, I said it. When I said it's not that song, you shouldn't have just went, yeah, it's not that song.
Well,
You
I don't know,
should have
but I
stuck to your
couldn't
guns.
remember exactly. But now I do remember that song because I had a PE teacher at school called Miss Beach, and we used to say, "On the beach with Miss Beach."
Great.
So that's how I remember it.
What was happening in the scenario on the beach?
Just on the beach.
You're just on the beach, just PE lesson on the beach, just jogging like Rocky.
Yeah.
Great. I opened up my Twitter on Friday morning when the podcast came out, and I had a message from a lad who I went to school with, a couple of years younger than me. Lovely lad from around here. I had no idea he listened to the podcast. Genuinely had no idea. You know, someone who you think, oh, I remember you from school, canny lad and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Had no idea he listened to the podcast, and the first thing I hear, he literally sent a link to that song. He was like, your ass was right. I was like, oh, so you fucking listen as well, do you?
Thank you very much. What was his name?
Kyle.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Kyle.
I saw him at the Newt the other day. I was on my bike doing my exercise, and he was going to the shop, and I went past, and I went, just give me no but grief for that song. Thanks for adding to it. He just laughed his head off. I'm drinking wine now, and I was going to say it's a wine cast, but fucking my whole life's a wine cast now.
Same.
Jesus.
Wine life.
Wine life.
I actually want to just congratulate us quite quickly.
Mm.
Well, I don't think we've fought as much as what I thought we would have.
No? That's because
Don't you?
we just keep disappearing out of the sides of the house to just stay away from the other person.
Because I've had to tell you, because you're a nutter and you just want to be around us all the time.
Excuse me.
You're like,
for being in love
honestly,
with me wife.
I'm like Peter Pan and you're like me little shadow that I can't get rid of.
Well, at the beginning of Peter Pan, he's looking for his shadow, so that analogy fell
Well,
apart
I
instantly.
need you a little
Instantly.
bit. I need you a little bit.
Right.
But then when you're there, I think, oh, yeah. this guy, again.
Right, great.
So
this
that's-
guy. Fucking hell.
That's the point we're at now. But yeah, so genuinely, well done us, sort of.
Good.
I'm happy to go back through the Marvel films again, if you are.
Right, okay. Well, I put a clip on Twitter the other day of everyone in the cinema applauding. When,
Oh, that was beautiful. I did see that.
God.
That was very good.
Yeah. One of the comments on it was like, people applauding the cinema, this is my worst nightmare. I was like, oh, God.
Oh.
But anything you put on, someone can have a fucking whinge about it,
Oh,
can't
do
they?
you know what it
It's
is?
craziness.
He would have hated me when I used to fly when I was a kid.
Fly?
Well, every time we went on holiday as kids, we used to, like, do a round of applause when we landed.
Oh, right, okay.
I think they did it in an American film that we used to watch once when we were younger, so every time we landed, we were like, woo!
I remember when Pete used to clap.
Yeah.
I remember when Pete used to clap and do that. I don't think they do anymore.
No, of course they don't anymore.
No.
Everyone's miserable. They might clap after this. We might just be a bit happier after this.
After this whole thing's happened?
Yeah.
When the fuck do you think we'll be allowed to fly again?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't see that happening anytime soon, to be fair. No way.
Gutted I bought you that jet for your birthday. I'll be taking that back.
But, that, I mean, that's just bollocks.
Private jet. I did.
Yeah.
Chris, I did.
You're allowed to fly private jets?
Oh, are you? Are
Yeah.
you though?
No, yeah, you are. You genuinely are, yeah. It's
All
just,
right.
yeah, you can fly them around the country, so I can fly
Oh.
down to London or something.
Oh, I've took it back now though.
That's just...
I didn't, Chris. Honestly, I got you. It's a surprise for your birthday.
You're keeping this going? Are you
No,
keeping
I
it going?
did. I bought you that private jet with my own hard-earned cash, right?
No, that's a lie.
I bought you that private jet.
Yeah.
It was $1 million.
Right.
Okay,
Bit annoyed that you didn't. Right.
€75 in euro. I got a really bad rate.
Right.
Really good rate.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you know,
you
I'm
will
I can't keep it up.
do.
I
Right.
didn't get you.
We are slowly losing our fucking
we are.
minds.
We are.
Slowly losing our mind. Are you losing your mind? Get in touch. shagrunnerroad@gmail.com.
Oh, the will man, don't.
Oh, we'll still get loads of emails.
I'm losing my
great.
mind.
Babadoo, 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 ba.
So, for those of you in lockdown and looking to annoy your partner or housemates or family, I've got a little game that I invented today. Last week we watched, or maybe the week before, I can't remember, it's all blended into one. But during this lockdown, me and Rosie watched Tiger King on Netflix. Now,
I knew
Rosie
you would talk
was,
about this.
oh, it's just one of the greatest things I've ever done in my life. So this morning, Rosie was listening to Dolly Parton, I think, or something like that it was, on our
It was
smart
Dolly
speaker.
Parton, yeah.
Now, the smart speaker is linked up to my phone, my account on my phone, so I just opened up the app, and I waited for the music to finish. And what I did was, I'm going to call this game, because you can do it in songs on the smart speakers, but you can also do it in real life, right? I'm going to call it Tiger Trapping,
Oh,
right?
don't.
Yeah. So you know how we had Rick rolling a few years ago? We had like...
No? What's that?
Well, that was like basically, it was a thing online where it would be one video that would start as one video, and then you would be like hooked on the video. It would be a quick one. It would be something like watch this till the end, and it would click to Rick Astley, never gonna give you
Oh,
up.
okay.
So it would be called, you got
Rickrolled.
Rick rolled, right? So this is Tiger Trapping, right? So when someone's listening to the smart speaker and it's on your phone, when the song finishes, so they think that the next song in the playlist randomly, you have to make the next song in the playlist I Saw a Tiger by Joe Exotic. Right?
Love it.
Which is what I did this morning. Now I stood on the stairs and I wait for your Dolly Parton thing to finish, and it was annoying because it was kind of, it was a country song as well, so it sounded like it was just bleeding into another.
Yeah.
So you were like, oh, just, trying to turn it off. And I kept playing it, and you kept saying it to pause, and I kept playing it. And I eventually heard you turn it off at the wall, which I thought was very funny, right? So the game is, you've got to keep playing it on your, if someone's listening to your smart speaker, you've got to play it. But you can bleed it into real life, right? So the words are, I saw a tiger saw a man. Now, Rosie, let's be honest, I must have got you with this 5 times a day.
Well, the only reason you did was
Right.
because it was the same genre of song.
Yeah, but in real life, I got it with you as well.
I thought it was on shuffle, and I thought it was like Kenny Rogers or something. So
And what I'm saying is, you bleed it into real life, and it did work today because I got you a couple of times with it. Because you got to bleed it into a sentence. You got to say, so I ran today. You were sitting in the back garden, guys. You're gonna love it. She doesn't, but you're gonna love it. I ran at the front gate. I look over the gate. I came running through to the back garden, like sweating as if something terrible had happened. And Rosie went, "Are you okay?" And I went, "Rosie, I've just looked out in the front street. Do you know what I saw?" She said, "What?" I said, "I saw a tiger.
I can't believe that you were wasting.
Tiger saw a man."
You were wasting precious
It's
podcast
the best
time.
game ever.
It's not.
Just lace it into people. You'll get them. You'll get them. Do it to your family members. Do it to your friends. You could do it on video chat. Oh.
Apparently, there's another episode coming out of that.
Aye, that Jeff, what's his name, said it. The biggest bullshitter on the whole TV show. I believe it when I see it.
Is he the one who dressed like a 14-year-old skater boy?
He was the 60-year-old man who dressed like a 14-year-old Nelly. If you want to come and take a ride with it. He was literally ridiculous.
And there's only
Same
one.
like fucking bandana and cap and black leather jacket. Constantly.
You look like Limp Bizkit, but grown up. Do you know what I mean?
But it's what I imagine Fred Durst looks like on the set of the films he directs.
Mm-hmm.
Go, Fred, shall we cut? No, keep rolling.
Rolling. What? Oh, well done. See?
Happy with that.
That was better. That's better. That was funnier and
Nice.
better than that whole shit game that you just
Listen,
took 10
it's an
minutes to
amazing
explain.
game, and people are going. The nation is gonna take this game and run with it. They are. They are. Just watch.
So if lockdown doesn't kill you, the tiger game will.
Tiger trapping.
Tiger
Do it.
trapping.
Babadoo, 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 ba.
It's time for What's Your Beef?
What's your beef, you little shit? I can't be bothered.
Is that just the jingle?
Just the jingle this week.
Oh, no
The-
visits?
No,
No visits from the
they're all
beefs?
self-isolating.
Oh,
They're
they
all
got symptoms.
locked down. They'll come back once
Right.
this is lifted.
Oh, they got symptoms. Oh, no.
Mhm.
Well, I speak for everyone when I say I hope the beefs recover fully.
You were gonna say
No, I was
something
not.
else there.
We all wish Barry and whatever the fucking Christ name
Belinda
is, Belinda
and
Becky.
We're
Yeah.
thinking about you guys.
We'll wish them all
Look
the best
forward to hearing from you.
in this trying
Yeah.
time. Yeah, and good ones. What's? Oh, for fuck's sake!
Hello, Chris.
Oh, Jesus! Oh my God!
Hello.
I'm
Belinda
sorry.
here.
I gloated.
all
And
right?
it's backfired. I'm all right.
How you doing through all of this
I'm all right.
pandemic?
Are you still smoking? You know you shouldn't be smoking while
It's
all
a
this-
vape, Chris. I
Right.
tell you
Right,
before.
okay, sorry.
But the vape shops are closed.
Are there?
Can you believe it? Good job. I've got 3 years worth in the shed, innit?
In the shed.
Well, the thing is, right, when I seen this first kicking off
Right.
and the government were on the news,
The government, yeah.
that's how you spell it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I say it as I say it, Chris.
Okay,
Well,
sorry.
the government
Yeah.
were on the news,
Right, yeah,
And I thought, hey, this is gonna kick off.
right,
So I went to my local vape shop
right,
and I put all my pool winnings
right.
on vape. I've got loads.
You got shares in vapes now, yeah?
I didn't get any shares because they have
Right.
went to shit, Chris.
Right, okay,
Do you not
okay.
keep an eye on the stock exchange? I thought a young little dapper lad like yourself would know what's going on in the world of Wall Street.
No,
No, I don't
It's
know.
not my thing, no.
Well, maybe have you ever won any tips?
Right.
My husband,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bruce, he was
Bro,
really,
God, there's another one.
he was massively
Right.
into shares.
Okay, good.
He's not dead.
Right,
Chris, he's not dead. We're
Right.
just divorced. I can't fucking stand him.
right, okay.
Cheated on us
Did he?
27 times.
Really?
All cats. He's a big fan of pussy.
Great, oh, wonderful.
Right, I'll see you later,
I'll go,
okay?
fuck off. Now, oh, it's worth it,
Thank
worth it. Don't know where you got that from. You need your head looking at. Ladies first.
Oh, beef.
Aye, that's
So,
why we're here.
sorry.
That's why we're here.
Great.
Not for your fucking audition for Split 2.
Oh,
Hey,
gosh.
crikey.
If I get an acting job off the back of this, I'll be buzzing like.
Yeah, it's cheered me right up. That I'll give you that. It has cheered me right up. I very much enjoyed that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good.
Improvised.
I just
very
can't
much
wait
so.
till the next time Barry Beef comes on the podcast and just call his dad a cat shagger. Just can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
You'll have to remind us that I said that.
You'll
though,
have to
just
remind
before
me
we
as well.
start the
Yeah, you
episode.
remind me as well. I'll forget it.
Okay.
I delete most of that
Great.
in my head. What's your beef?
My beef this week with you, Christopher,
Yes.
is it's a bit of an understandable beef, but it doesn't make it any easier.
Okay.
Okay, so obviously we're going through a pandemic at the moment.
Right.
There's a lot going on.
Right.
You refuse to watch the news at all.
Yeah.
So I've decided, because of your lack of knowledge of
Yeah.
everything that's going on, because you are unwilling to watch the news at all,
Yeah.
go on Twitter, look at anything to do with it other than gifts, I've decided when this is all finished, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to go out for my hour's exercise, and I'm going to go to the pub. I'm going to get all your friends
Right.
and family to not tell you.
Right.
I'm going to keep it from you for as long as I possibly can. And then a week later, when you're still in the house,
Yeah.
and I'm off dilly dancing down all the bars and the clubs,
Yeah.
and you're going to be like, you've extended your hour's exercise to 7 hours, and I'll go, Chris, I just needed that exercise.
Right.
You're going to be gutted.
Listen, I watch the news and I do look at the information that they're given, but I just can't watch it all day. I set aside a
I
bit of time.
literally put it on the other night for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And you had to go at this.
Because I want to
like,
enjoy
I
my
don't
night.
want to watch this.
I wanted to enjoy. I need to fucking prepare myself for when I'm going to hear all of the bad things. I've always been like that.
You're not 7 anymore, Chris.
I know, but no one else is coming round, so I can't act like I'm 7.
Oh, hey. Tell you what, you'll be a single 7-year-old by the time this
Been
is
one
finished.
before, not a problem.
Oh, come back.
Oh, my beef with you this week is
I will. Hit me. Hit me.
we
Hit me with your beefing stick.
were
In
having
Love
an early
Ones.
night. We were in Love Ones. We used to be friends. Now we're just colleagues. We in an office of hate. We used
We're laughing, but it's true.
career of passive aggression. We had a lovely early night the other night, right? Lovely early night. Didn't actually, you know what it is? Your beef bleeds into this one because we didn't watch the news. We didn't. We started watching The Crown. Watched The Crown. It's very good, enjoyable.
It's that bad.
Robin stayed in his bed for a while, so we got to watch it. We had a lovely cuddle, lovely little time.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, lovely little time implies that we had sex, but that's not happening.
No, who's having sex during a pandemic?
I don't know who's doing it.
Couldn't think of anything worse. No, I love you, and when this is done, I want to have sex again.
There's
but
just
at the
an air
minute,
of depression
I
at the
just
moment.
can't. I can't.
I'm the same.
I don't even want to touch my own vagina. I don't want you touching it.
I thought you were going to say, I don't want to touch my own vagina. I don't want to touch your vagina, Chris.
I'd rather not.
Okay, then. Well, my vagina is
Mangina.
oft overlooked. So I was watching telly, have a lovely little cuddle, and just about to go to sleep. I think I turned the light off and I read a little bit of my book. I did read a little bit of my book. And then, right, you saw something on your phone, and you rolled over, and you went, look at this. Right? You went, I've seen it now, so you have to see it. Right?
What was it?
Right? You chose your phone. You know what I saw?
What?
I saw Tiger.
Oh, no!
Tiger saw man.
No!
Thank
no,
you.
No.
Thank you all
Because you know what you've
so
done?
much.
You know what you've done there?
What?
You're an editor's worst nightmare. Because that whole explaining of this stupid game was shite. But now she's going to have to keep it in. Sorry, Daisy. You're going to have to keep that stupid joke in because he held it all the way along the podcast. You spoiled little brat.
So there actually is a real beef
I'm
coming
gutted
from
that
this.
you got us
I
there.
got you big time, but there actually is a real beef, right? So this was actually, there wasn't that same night. This was, we were lying in bed. I was just about to go to sleep, and you did have your phone, and you went, watch this. And I was half asleep, and I turned and I went, what? And he showed us it, and it was someone bending over and shitting from a distance into a toilet. Can you remember?
Yeah.
And I went, I'm about to go to sleep. Why the fuck did you show us that? And you went, I've seen it, so you have to see it. Then you turned the light off and went to sleep, and the last thing rattling around my brain was someone firing a turd. Hey, it was impressive. They fired it from about a metre away, and it hit the toilet. It was very impressive. I don't know if it was CGI. It might have been, but there was no need to show me that video.
Well,
no need
I
at
had
all.
to see it. They tweeted me that video.
Someone tweeted
Someone
you it?
tweeted
I thought
it.
you'd randomly found it.
No!
Oh, man.
What? Where do you think I would randomly find that video? Someone tweeted
I don't
me
really
it.
look at. Oh, wow.
We do.
Oh,
We
wow.
do have a section about feces in our podcast. So,
Yeah, but I mean,
the
don't
fact-
send with videos of people doing poos. That's not cool.
I watched it a lot of times. I'm not
I
gonna
might
lie.
have watched it again when I woke up because it was the first
Did
thing
you?
I thought when I woke
See,
up.
there
Yeah,
you
it was
go.
impressive, but still.
Yeah.
No need to show it.
Babadoo, 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 ba.
It's time for questions from the public.
Cues from the pews.
Pews. As always, if you want to get in touch, it is shagmarinoid@gmail.com. Send us literally anything you want.
We're
Go for
getting
it.
some really good questions at the minute. I think it's because people have got more time on their hands.
Yeah,
So I'm
great.
enjoying them. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thank you for contributing. As always, we can't reply to the emails and we can't read every single one out. There is literally like 15,000 emails there now. But what someone did actually, which I thought was quite clever, someone just sent it again. I read one today for the book, and someone had sent it, and then it said 2 emails, and I was like, oh, they must have added more, but they just sent it again, so it popped back to the top of the thing. So
Yeah, people do that a lot.
yeah,
I think that's a work thing.
cheeky little bastards.
Yeah.
Is it like a passive aggressive? Re my last email.
Yeah, I get that a lot on Instagram.
Yeah.
I get just bumping this up again. Oh no, I ignored you the first time, so I will ignore you again.
Have we
Thank
talked about
you.
how the other day someone asked you where your pants were from, and then sent you a massive message saying, "Why haven't you told us where your pants are from?"
Oh yes.
People are amazing.
I know.
Your video's got like 500,000 views, and someone
Well, she
said,
said-
where,
she
where are your
said-
pants from?
Yeah, she said you should answer the people because the people put you where you are now.
No, they didn't. And you quite rightly corrected her with, who put you where you are?
Well, I sarcastically said you,
No,
but
it's
you
right
have
up.
taken
I've
it.
taken that to the next level. Chris Ramsey put you where you are. And he can take you back down again.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what else she saw, though? She said to me, she saw a tiger.
I got her. Did you see me face?
Yeah.
I got that. I went, oh, she's going to do it.
Gosh, dang it.
Tiger Song Man. Best song in the world. I'll fight anyone who says it's not.
He's annoyingly a very good singer, Joe Exotic.
He's obviously a maniac, but yeah.
Hi, Chris and Rosie.
Hello.
Now, listen. I don't normally do shout-outs
Yeah.
on here,
Okay.
okay? And just because I'm doing this one does not mean I'm going to do any more. So, okay, I just want to put that out there.
What a lovely positive way to start your shout out.
Well, it's just, we get a lot of emails, and a lot of them are like, could you please shout out to such and such? And as much as I would love to, it would take the whole podcast to just shout out to people. And I don't think it'd be very
No,
interesting.
I see them as well. And can I add to what you've said there? As much as I would never ever like to do that ever, I will never enjoy shouting at anyone. Carry on. I did as much as you'd love to. What you want to do a full podcast of shouting out to people?
Well, I think it's quite cool. Like, I used to ring into the radio shows and get a shout out for, like, me and my sister and my brother and that.
Oh my
But,
god!
do you know,
Oh
so it
my
is pretty
God.
cool.
Oh
But
my
we can't do
God.
a full podcast of just shouting out at people
Oh my
because
god!
it would be crap.
Got
But
a
anyway.
shout out on the radio for me and my sister and my brother.
Oh, you're just
I
jealous
don't-
because you were a lonely little child and you didn't have any brothers or sisters
Well,
to do shout outs for.
More jealous,
'Cause-
more jealous that I wasn't out on the radio station. Carry on.
Well, exactly. We used to listen to Night Owls in my bedroom.
Oh, Alan Robson gave
Alan
you a
Robson,
shout out.
giving it large.
Oh,
I won a talent competition on Alan Robson.
You won a talent competition
Yeah.
on Alan Robson.
Yeah, I sang.
Right.
Sang Britney Spears.
Down the phone.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
You
My
sang.
lonely lips.
Sorry. No. You sang down the phone to Night Owls on Metro Radio and won a competition.
Yes.
You phoned. You. Why don't I know this? There was a talk. How do you not realise this is madness? So, like,
It was-
right. So, sorry. Anyone who's not from the Northeast, right? There was a very, very famous in the Northeast radio show called Night Owls with Alan Robson. It's on Metro Radio. I don't know if it's still going or not. But basically, people talking. His jokes are kind of like he's and he, just like loads of like in the past he's kind of like people have phoned up and he's ended up at their house and stuff to like. Save. He's a pretty cool guy to be fair. He's like, isn't there a story where he like went and saved someone? I'm sure like he went and saved someone who was like they were really down. The phone of them were down, and he like was like, I'm getting in the car, and he like went to them. There's a really cool
can
story,
imagine
something
doing
like
that.
that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I've been interviewed by him in the past, and he's a nice bloke, but. So it's basically a nighttime talk show in the Northeast, and you're telling me
I don't know
for
why
the
you
first time we've been together for 7 years, and you're telling me for the first time now that you fucking phoned up.
Yeah.
So you obviously sat on hold, spoke to the producer,
Yeah.
waited,
Yeah.
and then Alan put you through, and you sang. It was a singing competition down the phone on the
Hit Me,
radio.
Baby, One More
Holy
Time.
fucking shit!
Why did
That's
why-
fantastic. It's just amazing.
Chris, I won. Bloody would.
Of course you won. It's fucking on at midnight.
Ask us what I
Of
won.
course you won.
Ask us what I won.
What did you win?
Nothing. I won the title.
Of course you didn't
And that
win.
was it.
Oh my god.
So so I was on the phone and my Kate was in the bed listening on the headphones
On the
with the radio because it was late and my mum and dad didn't know I was still up. True story.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, your mum. It was late, and your mum and dad didn't know you were still up.
They didn't know what up. So
hell.
actually, thinking
Rosie, were you doing radio phone and talent shows again? I've got work in the morning.
But I honestly remember we were sat in the dark. She was on the bottom bunk with the headphones in, and I was on the phone, and I was like this. My loneliness
Fuck me.
is killing
That's
me. So
amazing.
I half had to whisper because my mum and dad
Oh
were
my
in bed.
god, that's gave me joy.
Oh, I'm
that's gave me
glad.
full on joy.
Yeah. There's
We need
Chris.
to-
There's a lot of things that you probably still don't know about
Right,
me
that's just.
that you might. If you enjoy that, I've got loads of
Oh
them.
my god, I'm so happy.
Yeah. Hi, Chris and Rosie.
Hi.
My boyfriend and I are huge fans, and we both listen to your podcast on our commutes to work, which is why I wanted to use this opportunity to give a shout out to him, and I hope that when he hears this on his way to work, it will make him smile and know how much I love him. John is a police officer. In this mad and crazy time, like many other key workers, is working so hard to keep everyone safe. As a result, we have not seen each other for weeks, because we do not live together yet, and are both still at our parents' house. We, of course, message each other and speak on the phone, but to keep everyone within our household safe, we are quarantined to our own homes. So, I just wanted to say, I love you, John, and we will see each other again at the end of all this, and I can't wait until we do. We'll meet again.
Thought, mate.
Don't know where, Johnny, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Join in, everybody. Keep shining, smiling through.
Doesn't even know the words.
Just
Excellent.
like you always do. And I know we'll meet again, Johnny, some sunny day.
Stop me there, Rosie. Stop me there. You've won the competition.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yes! So, yes!
Shh, wake your mum and dad up.
Sorry.
That genuinely, that's is that really genuinely true? I was waiting for a punchline there.
No, that's the message.
Fair play.
And that it
Fair
broke
play to
my
both
heart
of
when I
them.
read that.
Oh man, you don't even think of that. If she does want to see him, she could just go out in a group and get arrested, and she'll see him at the station.
Oh yeah.
I'm not condoning that in any way. That is a joke. That is a joke.
Then he could visit her in the cell at work.
Look at her through that little letterbox that you
Well,
see.
there you go,
I mean, I doubt you're getting locked up for doing that, but you could quickly disperse her. That's not an innuendo. God, I'm tying myself in knots
Ew.
here.
That's from Amelia from Worthing.
Well, there you go. Well done, Amelia. Hang in there, love. Not long, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Babadoo, 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 ba.
Hi, Rosie and Chris. I was listening to the podcast where you mentioned puddle dick wash, and
As if that's a sentence. Can I just say now as well, there will be new listeners. We get new listeners every week who will just listen to the most. They will listen to the most recent podcast.
Yeah.
And someone has just heard the sentence, I was listening to a previous episode where you mentioned puddle dick wash.
wash.
Guys, stop listening now and go back and listen to from the beginning because
do you know
you're
what
just
scares,
not up to date with the
What
pattern.
scares me is that a lot of our new listeners go backwards. They don't listen from the beginning. They go on the newest one and they just go back.
That's really weird.
So
I couldn't do that.
they're a lot tamer, I think, at the beginning, aren't they?
I don't know. I think
remember.
it ebbs and flows. I think sometimes they're really filthy and sometimes they're just silly. I don't know.
We'll see.
I can't keep track.
Anyway, I was listening to the podcast where you mentioned puddle dick wash, and it reminded me of an interaction my mum had.
Heavens above.
Before any of us had properly grasped what to do during the pandemic other than wash our hands, my mum took my little nephew at the park. She sat on a bench with another grandma and talked about general grandma shite, until the other gran said this: I've run out of hand sanitizer for the kid, so I've had to resort to licking his hands clean.
Motherfucker.
Just
You are kidding me.
As an NHS worker, I have to stress this doesn't work, and I imagine Chris is flipping his lid right now.
I'm honestly, I've gone all hot. I'm fucking raging. I saw a photo the other day of a bloke I think it went viral. It was of a bloke at a checkout. He had the gloves on at the checkout in the shop. He was 2 meters away from everyone. And with these gloves, he was eating a pack of crisps.
Great.
What are you doing?
That's defeats
What are you
the
doing?
object.
Babadoo, 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 ba.
You missed that, everyone, but what would just happened was Chris thought he could hear Robin. He does this approximately 9 times every night. Always
relax.
thinks he can hear Robin. Can't
relax.
relax in his own home. Even though Robin is 4 years old, and he's more than capable of walking down the stairs, Christy seems to think that we live in a 12-bedroom mansion, you know, and that Robin will never find his way around and that it's pitch black. He's fine.
I didn't know.
He will come down if he wants to come down.
I don't know why. It's really weird. I'm like scared of waking up. I think it's because I know once he wakes up, my night's knackered. Because I know we'll put him in our bed and then he go, I want you to come to bed. Demand me to go to bed and he's half asleep, cantankerous fucking dictator phase that he wakes up in.
Why does he rule us?
It's mad, isn't it?
Because you said that there and half of us thinking, I wouldn't do that. But then I'm like,
Yeah, no, you
yeah.
would.
absolutely
His new
would.
thing is when he wakes up in the middle of the night, he just stands at the top of the stairs and just stamps his feet until he comes because he's in his half asleep bastard mode.
Oh, he's horrible, like.
Raging when he's half asleep.
But
Ugh.
we love him.
Mm. Dear Chris and Rosie,
Hello. How are you?
I am fine. This is a story I was told. This is a story I was told by my housemate, and everyone I have told the story to has been equally as horrified as I was.
Can't wait.
I read this today, and it is horrifying.
Oh, is it How
Yes,
horrible
bad.
is it?
It's bad.
You love the disgusting
I
stuff.
do. I can't help it. Honestly,
Oh.
I'd love them. According to my housemate, her friend's friend started to develop this rash around her mouth. So she went to the doctors, who unfortunately diagnosed her with herpes. As the girl was in a relationship,
Around
she
the
went...
mouth, that is so unfortunate.
Yeah,
But isn't that a cold sore?
yeah, but I think you've got. I think
Cold
you've got
sore.
loads of them. I think you've got loads of them if you go to the doctors. I think it's like craziness.
Okay.
As the girl was in a relationship, she went to her boyfriend, accusing him of cheating on her. When she went to her boyfriend began to cry. He said, "I'm not cheating on you. It's worse." Of course, she was like, "What do you mean, worse?" He explained that he had developed a strange fetish.
It's not with dead people, because it's not true if it is.
No, it's not. I can spot an urban myth. I don't think this is an urban myth. I can spot them, but I don't think this
What's
is.
his fetish?
If you've been to Brighton, you'll know that all of the clubs are along the seafront. What this man would do was he would wait for people who had pulled to leave the club and shag on the beach under the pier. After the couples would dispose of their condom, he would
No.
wait for them
Nah.
to leave
Nah.
and then eat it.
No. What? What?
That's what it says.
So how does that give her herpes?
That was how the man had contracted herpes and passed it to his girlfriend.
But herpes, Chris, herpes are a skin thing. He's ingesting a condom.
Right,
So
well, he must be a messy eater. Getting it all over his face. Under the pier. Under the pier.
that is the worst. That is not true. I'm calling it. That's not true. That's not. He'd be dead. He'd be dead. Who's eating condoms? Those are not biodegradable.
Well, I'm assuming he's just... I didn't want to go into this, but I'm assuming he's just eating the contents.
Oh. So he's not.
I'm assuming he's just, like the inside of a crisp packet. Supposedly they are still together and trying to work
What?
through things.
No, they are not.
That's what it says.
No,
I swear to
they
God.
are not.
I swear to God. It says here, supposedly they're still together and trying to work through things.
Oh, I cannot be having that. I cannot be having that.
The
There
vote
is
at the
a
bottom.
couple in this world. One of them's eating cum, and the other one is herpes on her mouth, baby daughters, and they're still together.
Strange as come, Rosie, I'd like you to know.
Can't
They've made a really
can't
good point here, the writer, who I think they want to be kept anonymous. I'll keep it anonymous anyway. I just wondered, A, how he developed the fetish, and B, why didn't he just say he was cheating? He should have just said he was cheating, let's
Why?
be perfectly honest here.
Why's herpy girl telling her all her mates?
Yeah.
Imagine me telling me friends that you've been down at Shields Beach eating jizz. They'd never speak to us again.
Right, but then on the end of telling that, going, yeah, but me and Chris are still coming to the
still-
wedding. We're still coming to your wedding.
Yeah, top table. Yeah, great. Can't wait. Oh.
I mean, it,
Lock
it
your doors.
blew me
'cause,
away when
yeah,
I read that. Like,
That's not true. It's
Well,
not true at all.
weirder things have happened. Weirder things have happened.
That is. Oh, hey, what
Makes you
what?
rethink the world, doesn't it? Makes you rethink the world.
I wonder if you could make like a BBC drama out of that.
Yeah,
you think?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Broadchurch vibe. He's
Hey.
on the beach.
Anyone?
On a beach.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Anyone who wants the rights to that, we now own them. If you want the rights to Blob Eater, then
Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blob Eater,
It could be Mr. Blobby.
do not sully the good name of Mr. Blobby in this disgusting stuff.
Blobby, 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 Blobby.
Wasn't he shite? Wasn't it the shittest? Even as a kid, I remember going, "This is shit."
Well,
I'm watching Noel's House Party. Mr. Blobby came out, and I thought, "What?
loved Noel
Fuck off."
Edmonds' house party.
What Mr. Blobby was the shittest thing that's ever happened. Why? I'm sorry. It's just my opinion. Why was it? I remember, even as a child, I remember watching it going, "What's this?
Why got?
Why does this guy come out in pink and just jump all over everyone? It's bollocks."
Because he was cool. He was fun.
How was he
Mr.
fun? He was a
Blobby,
nightmare.
Blobby,
He was a
Blobby,
nightmare.
Blobby. Do you know why you can't stay in the bath for too long, though?
Why?
Because he gets a crinkly bottom.
Babadoo, 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 ba.
Hello, Rosie and Chris. Gather round and listen to our family story.
Ooh,
This is a family story that their parents always tell everybody.
Okay.
We are a family of 5, Mum, dad, and 3 boys, of which I'm the middle child.
Got you.
I'm a middle child as well. It's horrible.
Never mentions it.
Never had my own room, Chris.
Oh,
Never
Jesus
ever had my
Christ.
own room.
Oh,
Do you know a little memory that came back to me the other day, which I've actually wrote in the book?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, for me, to be able to have my own little room, do you know what I used to do?
What?
I used to take everything out of my wardrobe. This tragic.
No, I love shit like this. What did you used to do? I love your tales from down the mine by Rosie and her family. Hey, we didn't have lights. We just used to shout so we could hear each other. Love it.
So, we are in me and my sister's room. We had fitted wardrobes. You know,
Right.
it's got like a gap in the middle for a bed.
Yeah.
But there was never a bed there because the bunk beds were on the other side of the room. Anyway, we had
Right,
fitted
right.
wardrobes.
Shut up. Hold on a second. So, I didn't know this.
Right, what?
So the
That's not the
bedroom
exciting
no, but
bit.
this is amazing. So the bedroom you were in had fitted wardrobes either side, and then they fitted across the
Yeah.
top for where you'd put a bed in the middle,
Yeah.
90s style. But your bed wasn't in there
No,
because the bed was somewhere else.
it was on the other side.
So
of
you
the
were
room.
just in. So you was in a room. You were in a room that had fitted bed over bed wardrobes at one side with no bed there.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And
Just
the bunk beds
More
were
room for activities.
fantastic. The bunk beds were opposite that.
Yeah. Well,
Wonderful.
opposite, but against the wall.
Opposite, yeah, got you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what I used to do sometimes for a little bit of alone time and
Right.
to feel like I had, because I never had my own room,
Right,
ever,
okay, yeah.
ever. Okay.
All right.
Oh no, I was 18 when my sister moved out,
Right,
and that's when I had my own room.
great.
So I would take out all of the contents of my side wardrobe, everything, like literally gut it.
Right.
I'd get a little chair and a little desk, and I'd put them in the wardrobe,
Fuck me.
and I'd sit in the wardrobe, and I'd keep the door slightly ajar, and I would sit in there by myself.
Just sitting in a little
I'd
cupboard.
just sit in there.
Wow.
I'd do my homework and that in there.
Wow. There's a letter here from Rosie. It's just from that wizard school again. Throw it away. Just staying here. Not buying into that.
I wish they'd come for us. Imagine.
Fucking hell. That is tragic.
Yeah, no.
That is
Desperate
tragic.
times, babe. You had your own. I never had my own space. Ever. Like, I just wanted to be by myself. Very funny.
Oh God. Where's our Rosie? She's doing her homework in the cupboard.
It's funny though, because I mustn't have had much stuff, because I gutted that wardrobe, and then I would put it all back after.
You just reminded us, when we first moved into the second house that me and my mum and dad lived in, there was fitted wardrobes in one of the spare rooms, and before my dad ripped them all out, I remember there was a panel on the back of one of them, almost like Lion Witch in the Wardrobe kind of thing. And I remember pulling the panel off, and do you know what behind the thing? You know what I saw? I saw a tiger. Tiger saw man.
Oh, I hate
I
you.
kept that short for the podcast, but I just want to say as a side note, the real joy in tiger trapping anyone is making the first part of the story so long and painful that they just want to know what the end is.
Please stop.
No, we've got to do it.
This-
Send us
do you
your
know
videos
what's
of doing it
happening-
to people.
What's happening here is, I'm going to mention him again. You should be on tour with Carl Hutchinson right now.
Yeah.
And he would have loved that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
instead,
yeah.
I'm getting it.
I honestly can't wait to phone him and tell him. I'm halfway between. I don't know whether to phone Carl and tell him about it, or wait until he hears the podcast and he phones me and goes, "That's class." And I go,
Well,
"I know."
Sophie will be listening, so
Yeah.
you'll find out through that.
So excited.
Great.
Sophie,
Please
I'm sorry, he's going
call-
to do it to you all the time now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sophie. Anyway, back to the story. Holy mackerel, we went off piste there.
Sorry.
Anyway, we were on holiday at one of those campsites. I'm 45 now, so we were going back a good 40 years here. It was one of those campsites with the shower blocks, etc. So my mum was in the shower, and all these mums are coming in saying, "That poor wee boy. I don't know why I did Scottish. There's blood everywhere," and on, okay?
Sorry, what's happened here?
So they're in the shower blocks.
Shower blocks.
They're in the shower blocks in one of them campsites abroad.
What do you mean? What is that? I've never done this. I thought caravans had showers in them.
Oh my God, you are so privileged. Right.
Privilege.
So,
Wow.
so
Fuck me. Check your
Sometimes-
privilege.
sometimes.
Not all caravans have showers. Check your privilege.
Well, they're not at a caravan. They're not. I didn't say caravan once. I said campsite. So they're camping in tents.
Potato, patata.
Tents don't have showers.
Sleeping
So-
somewhere that's not your house or a hotel. The fucking same.
So what you have to do when you're camping, or if your caravan doesn't have a shower or a
Yeah.
bath, there is communal showering facilities.
Brilliant.
A bit like
What a holiday.
A bit like the leisure centre.
Jail, like a prison.
No.
Great. Like a prison. Carry on. Fucking camping.
Such a snob. Some of my best years were in
Great.
shower blocks. You know what I mean?
Rosie, you have just admitted to the whole fucking world that you used to sit in a cupboard. You cannot say, you cannot tell me they were good holidays when, for fun, you used to sit in a cupboard.
I know, but you know, sometimes what I used to find really exciting when you used to go camping or caravan and whatever, what we used to do is we'd like watch a film, have a nighttime snack or whatever, or if we'd been playing out, then we'd all put our jammies on and we're dressing gowns and we're slippers and we'd walk to the toilets and have like one last wee and then brush our teeth in the communal shower area.
God, this is just tragic.
It's true, and it was dead exciting.
Oh, you know what? Hey, you know what? We'll recreate tonight if you want. Instead of using the bathroom upstairs, why don't you fuck off to the top of the garden and go and have a little wee on your own?
Right. So, my mum was in the shower and all these mums are coming in saying, that poor wee boy, there's blood everywhere and so on and so on.
Okay.
Then one of them comes in to find my mum and says, I think it's your little boy that's hurt.
Oh.
She makes her way out, and right enough, there's my older brother being attended to. He's got a cut on his head, blood all over his face, and there's a bloody stone on the ground beside him, and this kid getting dragged away by his mum, screaming bloody murder as he's getting walloped.
Oh.
I know, it was 4 years ago.
Right.
And he says, serves him right, the little shit, for splitting my brother's head open with a stone, right? Yeah. I don't think the damage was that bad. We all know scalp wounds bleed quite badly.
Yeah.
Back to the story, though. About 5 years ago, my parents were telling the story again. Once they finished, I piped up. You know the funniest thing about this story? For all those years, I've got away with throwing that stone. To which my older brother turned to my parents and confirmed it to them.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
I sometimes think about that poor kid and the therapy they needed or resentment they had for their parents. So, if you were on a camping site and dragged off by your mum accused of splitting my brother's head open with a stone, then be warned, middle children are evil.
Wow. So it was him.
It was him who did it.
It was the middle child who did it, and some
Yeah.
other kid got bollocked. Bollocked for doing it, and then bollocked for lying about it.
I know. But they both just let this other kid get away with it. Like,
So the guy who got hit in the head, he pretended it was the other kid as well for years.
sometimes, Chris, this is what you've got to do.
Really? Is this a
Because-
siblings? I know nothing about
Well,
siblings.
the
Or
thing
camping.
is, yeah, okay, so the thing is, sometimes, if you haven't done anything wrong, if you have a fight with your brother or sister,
Yeah.
okay, if you haven't done anything wrong and you know you've got evidence that you haven't done anything wrong,
Yeah.
so someone else has seen you or whatever, and you know that you've done nothing wrong,
Right.
then you tell on them,
Okay.
okay? But if you have done something as well,
Right.
then you kind of just keep it to yourselves,
Wow.
because then you just get bollocked as well.
Oh, it's like the mob, innit?
I remember one time I hit my sister when we
Uh-huh.
were younger. She went off to tell me mum, so I got my nails and I dug them into my arm. And I went, me mum,
Brilliant.
look what you did to me.
Oh my God.
So there you go.
That's
got a
dark. That's dark.
Pure survival skills.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
true story.
Bloody hell.
I know. My mum believed us as well, so I got away with it
Thank
until
you.
now.
No, thankfully she doesn't listen anymore, so we're all right.
Well, yeah, exactly. We're fine. It's all good.
Babadoo, 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 ba.
Dear Rosie and Chris, currently binging your podcast during lockdown and vicariously living my relationship through you two as me and my girlfriend are isolated alone. It's absolutely brilliant to listen to and makes me laugh out loud on my daily... I thought they said wank, but it says walk. I read it
My
wrong.
daily wank.
And I
Yeah,
was
please
thinking,
don't listen to this on your daily
That's
wank.
awful. My girlfriend, Kirsten, please name her, is also listening to your podcast. But she is currently listening to them from most recent to oldest. What the actual F he's put there. So there is people who do it.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Point in case proven. Well done.
Kirsten. My girlfriend is currently back living with her parents and has been since we've been together. During the early days of our relationships, I would stay there on Thursday nights before work. This meant I had to get ready at 6 a.m, then head out the door from the family home. No issue, no drama. That's what he's put.
Cool dude.
No drama. drama.
Cool guy. So he said, fucking the Fonz.
Yeah.
No issue, no drama. Hey.
Hey, I live at 6 a.m. No issue, no drama, llama. After 2 months of seeing each other, her and her parents moved to a new house, and I continued to stay Thursday nights. Unfortunately, there was only an ensuite shower in the master bedroom, meaning I would have to walk past her sleeping parents in a towel every Friday morning.
Fuck that. A, who wants to do that? B, what parents are up for letting that happen?
Exactly.
I'll be like, your boyfriend's not coming anymore.
I know. Or wash his dick in the sink.
Probably wouldn't have said that, but yeah.
Victorian wash.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that to my daughter. Get your boyfriend to wash his dick in the sink.
Well, why not? I'd rather that. I'd rather...
Implies he's been sticking it in my daughter, and I don't think I'd be up for that.
That's not what I was implying.
Well,
Because
yeah,
that's
it is,
gross.
yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that.
Right, okay.
I'm also just thought he might not want to go to
Well,
work.
I say, look, you can have
with
a shower the
smelly
night
touch.
before, but you know what? So, keep going.
Right,
Read
okay,
up. Read
okay.
What? Oh, I can't get my head.
I tell people how strange this is, but he's not taking a poll, which I'm a bit annoyed about because he hasn't really.
Wasting everyone's
know.
time.
And my girlfriend gets really angry. I'm telling people as she thinks it's completely normal, and I'm making a big deal out of nothing. What do you think?
It's mad. It's really weird. It's really weird.
I cannot say. I mean, we aren't at that stage right now, but I don't think I would be happy with one of Robin's girlfriends or boyfriends walking past us while we are in bed, a kip. And like, maybe if you know each other a bit better, possibly now I would walk past your mum and dad in a towel if
Right.
they knew about it.
Yeah.
If, say, the night before, if I'd said to your mum and dad, I'm really sorry, I've got to have a shower in the morning, do you
Yeah.
mind?
Yeah.
But I'd still feel weird, even now.
Nah, well, they'd probably get up. They'd get up and get out of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
That is strange.
Yeah.
Aren't families all different?
Yeah. But for me, right, what would be the worst is if I was the bloke, if I was the guy in bed, the dad, and the bloke went through, it wouldn't bother us that he'd gone through, it wouldn't bother, but you know he's going to have his morning shite in that room. You know he's going to have his morning shite. You're going to
No,
hear
he
that.
wouldn't.
Yes,
I
he
don't think
is.
he
You're going to
wouldn't.
hear that, right? And then, all right, okay, so let's just say best case scenario, he's not going to have his morning shite. You're going to hear him get in the shower. You're going to hear the water. And then you know for a fact early morning you're going to hear morning hockling in the shower. And you're
Why
lying
do
there.
you think that you have to do certain things in the morning?
I
Why
just
is that a
imagine he's
thing?
gonna-
Just
'cause I
because
just
you're
imagine-
disgusting doesn't mean everybody else is.
Listen,
Just
I
because
just-
you're huckling your brains up of a Friday morning in my mum and dad's ensuite doesn't mean that everybody else is.
Why not all of a sudden?
Do you know what I
Mum
mean?
and
Just
Dad's
because you have gone past my mum and dad asleep, they've just got back together. You're walking past them in their bedroom, having your shite.
I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy on either end of this scenario. I wouldn't be happy being the person sending me partner past me mum and dad. I wouldn't be happy being the mum or the dad, and I wouldn't be happy being the partner. This is weird. I'm really sorry. I find this weirder than a lot of things, than a lot of even weirder shit we've been sent, and I don't know why. I just feel like it's strange.
That's just brought up a memory for me. And
Okay.
it's not even a memory, it's like a current thing that I'm not as embarrassed about now. But I grew up in a house where we didn't have a downstairs toilet. We only had an upstairs toilet in the bathroom.
Yeah.
We only had the one toilet in the house. Your mum and dad's house has got a toilet downstairs,
Yeah.
and then upstairs they've got an ensuite. And why have they got so many
And
toilets?
the
They've got
bathroom,
three toilets.
three toilets.
It's only a three-bedroomed house.
Oh, toilet per bedroom.
Wow.
Mm.
Never thought about that before.
Yeah.
There's a lot of toilets in the house. Anyway, so it's very, very embarrassing when you go to your house and you need a poo.
Right.
And so for all the wees, I go downstairs.
Right.
But then whenever I go upstairs, I'm just going to the loo, and I go upstairs, and I know your mum's like, oh, she's having a shite. And I just think, oh, yeah, I am. And I'm sorry, but we've been here for hours.
You called it my house there. That was weird. You called it my house. This
Well,
is
it
my
was
house.
your house.
Yes, my mum and dad's house.
Yeah, but you know, you used to live there.
God. Really strange.
But isn't that awful? And you've done it as well. I know that you've gone up to that toilet upstairs, and I've thought, oh, he's off for a poo.
When our water tank packed in, and I had to go to my mum's them few days for to go to have a shower in the
Yeah.
morning, I would drop Robin off at nursery. Then I would go to my mum's. I would go upstairs to have a number two and have a shower.
Mm.
Fucking both of them would come upstairs and start pottering on while I was upstairs. I don't know what they were playing at. I was like, "Stay down! What are you doing?" They just started pottering on. I could just hear them chatting and fucking about. I was like,
It's their house.
"I know, but stay downstairs. I'm a guest."
Are you not? You're their son.
Yeah, but I'm a guest. It's not my house anymore.
I went
But
to
my
mum's.
bedroom, sorry to interrupt there, my bedroom, that used to be my bedroom, they call that Robin's room now. That's
I know.
painful. That just hurts.
He's got tracker bed and everything. It's like a full-on little boy's room. Oh, get over yourself.
The wanks I had in that room.
Ooh, in our little boy's room. That's
Yeah,
disgusting.
Yeah. Millions. Millions.
Oh, it will be as well.
Millions.
Oh, vile.
Babadoo, 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 ba.
I've got one here for you. A bit
Yeah.
long. bit long, but a bit weird. But also just interesting, I would say.
Okay.
Hi, Rosie and Chris. When I was in uni, I'd started using Tinder. So this must be, she can't be long out of uni. We're talking within 5 years, I reckon.
Has it not been longer than that, Chris?
Tinder, I don't know.
It's been a bit longer than that,
Well, we've been together for 7 years.
It
and
was
I
it
wasn't
was
on Tinder.
only just around when we started getting together.
Thankfully, I never got on Tinder.
I never did it.
I
I
don't
would have
think I-
liked to have done it, to be honest.
That's lovely to hear. I'd started using Tinder, and after months of swiping, it finally happened. The boy I'd matched with looked like a combination of Ryan Gosling, Tom Hardy, and David Beckham, all rolled into one, with Angelina Jolie as his mother. He was beautiful. I mean, by the sounds of this, I'd fuck him. Naturally, I'd assumed he'd swipe me on a Tinder drinking game. Oh, bless her. Naturally, I'd assumed he'd swipe me on a Tinder drinking game, or he was a catfish, so I ignored the swipe. So I'm guessing it's a match or something.
I think if you like them, you swipe right, or if you don't like them, you swipe left.
Well, they both. So she'd swiped a like, and he'd swiped a like. But so they must have both got a swipe match. I sound like someone's fucking granda here. I'm very aware.
I have no idea.
So he's went aye, and she's went aye, and then but she's looked and thought this must be bollocks because he's obviously just that fit.
Aww.
Bless you, love. I ignored the swipe. Then he messaged me, and we got on really well. We were chatting for a couple of days when he asked me on a date.
Ooh.
I still couldn't believe it. This gorgeous guy wanted to go out with me. That night I went to a bar, waiting for the biggest catfish in the world to walk through the door. Well, to my surprise, no catfish. Mr. Beckham / Hardy / Gosling walked in through the door, and I was so nervous that I thought there was only one way to get through the date, and that was drink. By the first hour, I'd already had a bottle of wine. She says that like it's impressive. Bottle of wine in an hour? Fucking casual. I'm doing that before midday on lockdown, baby. My darling. After a couple of hours and more wine, I thought to myself, when am I going to get the opportunity to go out with someone this good looking again? So I took a chance. Oh, God, have more faith in yourself, my love. My darling. So I took a chance and invited him back to my uni house, and he said yes. So we were back in mine kissing on the bed, and then he stops and tells me he has a secret. The reason why the most beautiful lad in the world was out with me and not a Victoria's Secret model was about to become clear. He proceeded to tell me, it's not filth, it's just fucking weird. He proceeded to tell me that he has a fetish, and that fetish was to be treated as a piece of furniture. And he asked me if I would treat him like a footstool. My response, being hammered, was, did you watch too much Beauty and the Beast when you were younger? High five. Wonderful. He was obviously so upset by my joke that in order to make him feel better and less of a psycho, I agreed. I feel like that's a lie. I feel like he just went straight for it, but fair enough. We went downstairs and I sat on the sofa whilst he curled up in a ball at my feet, and I placed my legs on top of his back.
That's all right?
That's okay, but it gets weirder.
Oh, no.
I texted my housemates what was happening, and they all started congregating downstairs to watch. When they asked him what he was doing, he responded, I can't talk, I'm a footstool.
Oh.
Now, when we don't
That's called method acting.
Listen to this, right? Now, when we don't want to be disturbed, this is simply the response we give. So, if one of them is busy somewhere in the house, the other one's they've got, sorry, I can't talk, I'm a footstool. He eventually asked if all of us would take turns in using him as a footstool. And we did it. We binge-watched Gossip Girl, taking turns to use the most beautiful lad in the world as a footstool. What? The experience has bonded us for life, and we still cry laughing about it 10 years on. It was 10 years.
10 years ago?
And the answer is no, I never got to shag him. All he wanted to do was be a footstool, and that was enough to get him off. I was fucking fuming.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Isn't that great?
Wanted to be a footstool.
Wow, man. Like, good God.
Do you think it's got something to do with past lives?
No, because I think that's bollocks.
Do you not think you might have been something in a past life?
No, because I don't believe in past lives, because there's more people now than there ever has been, so where's the space going? So there'll be people born without past lives, but there's people born with past lives.
Fresh meat, so I don't know.
She's got a question on the end of this. It's quite a good question. My question is, if you could be any piece of furniture, what would it be and why?
No. I would be a sofa.
Of course you would.
Because I love sofa. I've seen a new one that I want.
Oh, God.
But because we're currently on lockdown, I don't want to order it because they might take me money and I might never get it.
Or they might bring it and go, we're leaving it on the porch and I've got to carry a fucking sofa in with
Oh,
you.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the other day I walked into the living room and you went, do you want to move some sofas? Do you want to play move the sofas? And I went, no. And I just walked back out.
I just like moving them around.
You want to move them every 5 minutes. It's madness. I've known nothing like it. If I could be any form of furniture,
Oh, yeah. Come on, then.
I think I would be.
Mm.
And I don't know if these things exist because they sound amazing. But I'm going to throw it out there. I'd be a dining table that turned into a pool table.
You have that.
Oh, they do exist. They're amazing.
Oh,
I've
my
got
God.
one.
Oh, my God.
I'm joking. I'd be a computer chair. I'd be one of them computer chairs with the speakers in the like head and that. No, I'd be a lazy boy with a fridge in the arm. Oh, I'm a bit drunk, but I'd be one of them. I'd
Oh,
be a
good
lazy
for
boy
you.
with a fridge in the arm.
I just want to leave on this note with that question, with that story in question.
Yeah.
You can't trust really, really attractive people
Oh, this is an interesting theory. Okay, why?
because I think they're just too attractive, and they've never had to try in their life.
Develop a personality.
They've never had to. No, they've never had to develop a personality because they're just really attractive. And I would never go and meet someone and say, sit on us. I want to be a chair because I've had to develop like skills and social skills, whereas he clearly never has because everyone's just gone, oh right, like she did it.
Yeah.
The mugs did it.
I mean,
They all took a shot.
I still think he was out on a day. I honestly still think he was out on a day for the fact that he let them all do it. Although, I don't know, was he having a cheeky little wank while it was happening? I don't know. He was curled in a ball. But sorry to interrupt you before, what I was going to say was, have you ever bumped into someone who was the really good-looking person at school since school and tried to have a conversation with them?
Yeah, it's like,
Oh my God.
I'm
Oh my
telling
God,
you,
it's unbelievable.
too pretty.
Hey, there's that guy who was the best looking in the year and was going out with all them girls and was great at football and was dead hard. Hello, mate. Caveman, her. Oh, God, this is awkward.
Still looks nice though.
Honestly, still book him.
Babadoo, 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 ba.
Weirdly, the other day, right, you gave me a lie in very kindly.
Yeah.
And I went back to sleep. You came downstairs, Rob, and I went back to sleep. And I had like one of them delirious half asleep, half awake dreams.
Love them.
I was dreaming about the podcast. I was dreaming about people sending questions.
Why are you so obsessed with us?
With you.
Yeah.
It's with our 20 million downloads I'm obsessed with. I had a dream about this question, and I woke up and I quickly wrote it straight in my phone. Right?
Okay.
And I haven't Googled it or anything since. I don't know if it's a question. I don't know if I stole it from somewhere. I'm not sure, right? But the question that someone asked us in my dream was...
Well, why don't you be this week's celebrity question?
Shall I?
Yeah. Are you ready? I'll intro you.
Oh, God.
You've never done one before.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
You've been on
Excited.
Strictly.
God.
Ready?
Yeah.
It's time for celebrity question.
Wait,
Go.
introduce us then.
Oh, this week's celebrity question is from the marginally talented Z-list celebrity. Scraping the barrel with this one, if we're totally honest with you. Everyone's on lockdown. People are too busy doing Instagram lives. Christopher Ramsey.
Cool, thanks. My celebrity question is, if you were a centipede, right,
The one with all the
100 legs,
legs.
would you always wear shoes or never wear shoes? Is that something you've heard before? I genuinely thought of that in a dream. Like, would you, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you constantly, because you got 100 legs,
Yeah.
would you constantly have a pair of shoes on? You were like, look, these are just the things I wear all the time. Or would you be barefooted all the time if you had 100 legs?
I'd be barefooted.
Yeah?
Simply because having shoes, I know they'd be very small, but they would all rub off each other. Do you know what I mean? Have they got
No,
feet?
I don't know what you mean at all. So the thing is, you are you. So you
Oh,
got
I'm
your head and
me.
your
I'm not a
body.
centipede.
Well, you're a centipede you. So there's you, but then behind your shoulders, let's say bum. Behind your bum is another arse and another arse. And there's 100 legs behind. So there's 50
Right, okay.
50 more waists with legs coming down. So you're just you, but a centipede. But
Oh,
somehow
right,
you
okay.
can, you're bendy. You can reach all your feet. Would you always wear shoes? Meaning you'd have them on all the time because you can't be fucking take them off and on all the time. So you'd have to choose to always wear shoes or never wear shoes.
Well, I'd have to wear shoes because I'd get sore feet.
Always.
Well, how are you going to walk to the shops?
Don't know. Maybe you just get really
You'd
hard.
stand. What if you stood in dog poo?
Hose? I don't know. Be really long bath.
What is
River?
this? The
Puddle?
1810? I'd
Puddle?
like to wear
Wash it in
some
a puddle?
shoes, please.
Okay, so you'd wear shoes all the time.
You'd have to.
What if you're going to someone's house that had really nice carpets?
Then I wouldn't go. I'd say, I'm sorry I can't come round, but it takes us 20 hours to take all my shoes off. So I'll meet you at the park once this is all done and we can be together again.
What?
What would you do?
I don't know. I woke up half delirious thinking about it, and I
Are
wrote
you
it down.
all right?
I think I'm drunk and I'm delirious and I've been on lockdown and I'm having a breakdown.
Do you know what's very funny? Because obviously we do this podcast and believe it or not, it's absolutely not scripted at all. I wish it was.
I can imagine scripting
you know.
this bollocks.
But I didn't realise that last week we were talking about crack, and then I said I've never tried crack cocaine, and then you said, oh, neither have I, but I've heard it's Moorish. Like at least 20 people tweeted me that and remembered that, but
Really?
I forgot that we said that.
Oh, the joke, yeah.
That was
It was just a joke I said on
you
the
said
spot.
crack cocaine's Moorish, and
Yeah.
I thought it was quite funny, but I don't remember laughing at the time. So, well done for that.
Fuck me. We are honestly, we are on the edge here. This is.
Oh, I'm having a breakdown. I'm due on, which is horrible. Why Boris didn't stop periods for a couple of months?
I said he cancelled period.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh God, get well soon, Boris. By the way.
Yeah, get well soon. Due on, having a mental breakdown, becoming an alcoholic, eating everything in sight. I'm currently sick of my life.
I'm currently Robin's favourite, and I'm happy for that to fucking end wherever it can, because I've had enough.
Yeah, he's obsessed with you.
I can't get away from him.
It's minging.
I can't get away from him.
I'm sick. I'm sick of being in the other room, listening to you two bonding, if I'm honest. Vile. Absolutely gut churning that is.
Vile.
It is.
Yellow.
Yeah, you could say that as well.
Babadoo, 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 ba.
Let's talk about shit, baby. Let's talk about poo and wee. Let's talk about all the good shits, all the bad shits that
I'm ready.
have been. Let's talk about shit. Let's talk about shit.
With a little bit of shit.
Let's talk about shit. Shag, married, and shit. Kabow!
I
Bow, bow,
enjoyed that.
bow.
That was great. That was great. Right, go, 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 go.
Pew, pew, pew.
End on a
Hold up.
high. End on a high.
Wait a minute. It's a job. Right. Hi, Rosie and Chris.
Hi.
This is about my wife. Luckily, she listens to this podcast, and I want to be evil and share the story with you guys.
Ooh.
Enjoy. But I need to not say her name, as if someone from her work listens to this, she may be sacked, as to this day, no one at the office knows who done what I'm about to tell you.
Wow.
So,
Great. Let's do it.
where do I start? My wife works for... he's put this... She's a postwoman. Post lady.
Post person.
Post person.
Cool.
But I don't want to say who she works for. But it's...
Royal Mail. Well, fucking hell! I didn't have to be Sherlock Holmes to work that
Is
out.
there not any other companies?
Rosie, I cracked your code. Christ on her bike. She's a post person for what company? The only company that has
Are
post
they the only
people?
company that does
Yes.
it? Oh, fair enough. I just didn't want to get in trouble. Honestly.
My partner is an officer of the law. I don't want to say who for. Is it the police? God damn it! How did you crack it? Jesus. Oh wait, it's fine. There's millions of postal workers.
Okay, anyway, okay. And goes out on her deliveries by herself. Days before this happened, she was off work in pain due to her not being able to poo.
Oh.
We tried everything. Curries and laxatives, but
We?
still wouldn't work.
Can I just say, sorry, there's one of the beautiful things about being married. If one of you is constipated, it's a team effort to try and
It's
sort
both
it out.
of yous.
And
Yous are
it
both
really is. It's
constipated.
like, let's do this. Let's unplug this blockage.
Let's get this
I
shit
love
out.
it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So they tried everything. Still didn't work. So she thought she would go back to work and see if walking would help, as she walks miles a day.
It can do. It can loosen you up.
Yeah, apparently.
As a man who's been chronically constipated before, I can tell you it can work.
Good, yeah.
Didn't work for me, but you know.
Thank you for sharing that. Anyway, she went back and went out on delivery, and a couple of hours later, I receive a phone call from my wife. She's calling me saying she's going to shit herself.
Mint.
Unfortunately, my wife doesn't like shitting in public toilets, but I tell her, find a supermarket or somewhere else with the toilet. But unfortunately, again, she was working in a rural area that had nothing but farmland. Nightmare. She hangs up. 10 minutes later, she calls me again, crying. saying she needs me to come find her. And I'm asking, what's happened? Are you okay? She replied, no, I'm in the back of the van, and I couldn't hold it any longer, and I've shit in a postal red bag. I told her to go back to the office and explain what had happened. She went back to the office, crying, but couldn't tell anyone what had happened. She went upstairs to the toilet to sort herself out, then went home without saying a word. But this isn't the end of the story. A few days later, the managers called everyone up for a meeting and asked who used M5 van last Tuesday.
Oh, never in the world.
As they had found a wet, disgusting shit in a postal bag.
Why did they have to say it was wet? Just say a
know.
shit, right?
I
And we
know.
have found, and I'm going to describe it, and I'm going to use some adjectives. Wet,
Sticky.
not dry, not solid.
Moist.
Fuck me.
To this day, no one knows it was my wife, and they now have a nickname for this mystery person, the mystery shitbag.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Funny thing is, this story was used in my father-in-law's speech on our wedding day, and I've never seen her
Fantastic.
so embarrassed in my 5 years being with her. Thanks for reading this.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Oh, great. Shot in a postal bag. The Queen's postal bag as well. Disgraceful. Probably treason, that. Might as well have killed a swan while you were at it. Shocking.
My question is,
Mm-hmm.
why didn't you take it home with her? Why did she have a poo in the bag and leave it in the back of her work van?
I don't know. That's a really good shout.
Why do that? And I'm not being, if she's in rural farmland, why did
Shit
she
in a
just
field.
go in the field?
Jesus. People, man. People.
It's just, she's not being smart. Smart. No.
Smart.
None of the smarts.
No. But I mean, I don't understand. A field's very open. It's very worrying. Do you know what I mean? Rural fields, joggers, people on motorbikes, people on bicycles, farmers. Anyone could just... You feel like no one's there, but if it's like rolling hills, people can just pop up. It takes a long time to do a poo sometimes. People can just pop up from nowhere, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, not really, but
So you would have went for field, not van.
I would have absolutely went for field over
if you've
the
got a van-
postal van.
Yeah, but if you've got a van that closes up and no one can see you, you wouldn't just do it there. I mean,
Right, if this was me,
yeah.
I'm putting myself in this scenario, right?
Right.
I may have got a bit of junk mail. You can tell junk mail.
Anything that said the occupier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no name. That's
Great.
junk mail. Do you know what I mean? From a phone company or something like that. I'd have got a few of them. I'd have laid them out in the back of the van.
Pizza menu.
Something like that.
Great.
Do you know what I mean? I'd have got a few of them.
Laid them out like a cat. Like a
Laid them out like a litter tray.
Great.
I'd have done my business on there in the back of the van, and then I would have scooped it all up and took it home, probably. Or I'd have drove past a house of somebody I know, somebody I could trust, and say, can I dispose of this?
Somebody I could... Sorry. You would go past someone's house and go, all right, I've just shot in this menu. Can I come and leave it in your bin?
There's a few people I would tell that. Would you not? I could.
No! I'd throw it in a drain. I'd throw it in a hedge. I'd throw it
Aw.
anywhere.
Could you not go to is it not a couple of friends or maybe a family member that you could go to and say that? I could. If I went to my brother or sister's house, or my two best friends, Angela, I'll name them. I'd go to Angela's, I'd go to Steph's, I'd go to Kate's, I'd go to Ken's, I'd go to my mum's, I'd go to my dad, I'd go to my nana's, and that's probably about
Currently
it.
listing the luckiest people in the world.
I would go to
around
them and
do a
say,
poo on.
I had to have a poo in the back of my van.
Good
Can I
God.
please put it down your toilet?
Good God.
Or wheelie bin.
Wow. And do you want this menu?
Do you want to
Buy
get a
one,
pizza
get one
the
free
night?
VAT voucher on this.
I'll buy you a pizza from that menu. Just scrape. Can you see?
I got a menu. I got a pizza menu through our post box the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And you know sometimes they're folded up? Get weird. I opened it up, right? Do you know what inside?
No, it's not a tiger. I don't
What I
care.
saw?
Don't
I
nah.
saw a tiger.
Great.
Tiger saw me.
Oh, God. Oh, please. Please let us go back to normal. I can't deal with this shite anymore.
Babadoo, babadoo, babadoo.
Thank you once again for listening. We absolutely love you guys, and we hope you're all okay, genuinely. It's a bit of a mess, but we'll get through it.
It is. It's taken its toll mentally, as you can probably tell by the tangents that have arrived during this podcast. I'm slightly squiffy now as well. I'm quite drunk. I'm going
Why
to be
not?
deadly honest with you now. If you want to get in touch, please use the time to get in touch. It's shagmarynoid at... What?
Did you say that?
What?
I saw a tiger.
Fucking
The tiger saw a man.
That's really... You got us
Okay,
in.
I got you.
Fucking
I
dick.
got you.
You looked out the window. Guys should look out the window and everything. That's really upsetting. That's really upsetting. Oh, I wish I hadn't invented this game.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.